Hello folks, welcome to the Spankey Guitar YouTube channel. We have another instrument for you guys today. Another Les Paul sitting in this soft shell case. I got this one way back about 6 or 7 weeks ago. And I saw it in my local buy and sell here in Canada, the Kijiji website. So as you could see, this one is a beautiful 1900 and something Gibson Les Paul Goldtop copy. Known as Barracuda. Not only is it a gold top, it's also a gold back and a gold sides and a gold bottom and a gold neck, gold headstock. The only thing that's not gold is the fingerboard and the front face of the headstock. Anyhow, yeah, so this thing is pretty, it got a bit of weight to it. It's actually heavier than some of my than most of my Les Pauls. I'd like to weigh this thing. Maybe once I get a scale, I'll be able to report back to you guys to see how heavy this thing is. But the reason I got this was this was basically just to kind of cure my insatiable desire to own a Gibson Les Paul Goldtop, and so yeah, that it actually helped with that to some degree, until eventually I ended up getting the real Gibson Goldtop, which is right there. And I already reviewed that one, the Gibson Goldtop. That one is a 2005, and maybe I'll leave a link in the bottom of the description if you guys want to check out the review for an actual Gibson. But for now, this is the Barracuda, and we'll put it up on the workbench here shortly. We'll take the pickups out to see what kind of pickups, if they're branded. They're probably I did a little bit of research on this company Barracuda, and I couldn't really find a whole lot about it. I think it's fair to say that, you know, these are born in the likely manufactured for the Asian market and made their way over to North America, Canada. Some reviews I've read, they've actually said that these things are they're actually better quality than you would think. Now, unfortunately, while this does look nice and pretty and all that, there's no cracks, no anything, no scratches on it. There is one slight issue with this one, is that the bridge, it can't be lowered anymore. It's already at its lowest position here, and I need it to go lower for the string action to be lower. And that's pretty much it. It still plays in there and everything, but it's the string. I'm trying to show it here. The string action is a little too high for my liking. Now some people, they like their strings high. It's just a preference, personal preference. I like mine just a little lower than that. But let's polish the frets, let's condition the fretboard, let's change the strings. I think this is the only guitar in my collection right now that that's sitting in the rack, and this is the only one that doesn't have new strings, new 9s or 10s on it, or 8s for that matter. And so all of my other guitars have new strings on it, but once they sit for a few weeks, maybe 3 or 4 weeks, you'll start noticing that the strings, even though maybe if you don't play it as much, you have a favorite guitar you play every day, 1 or 2, and then the other ones, while you have changed the strings and you have barely played it, the exposure to the air, it reacts with the strings, and first they end up becoming they feel used, or I don't know how, like grimy or something, like definitely not new. So depending on how often you play guitar, you know, I would suggest changing them as often as you can. Maybe definitely once a month for sure, at least once a month, regardless of how long, if you play every day or not. But so yeah, that's that. Oh, okay, so this one also has the 4 bolt-on neck, and I recently just got a Gibson Maestro, a beginner entry-level guitar, and and that one has the Gibson headstock with the open book. This one has like a little bump here. But something I found sort of interesting was I did some measurements on the neck of that Gibson Maestro, which is also a bolt-on neck, and it's the measurements from here to, oh, let's put it this way. The holes, for one thing, they're exactly the same. The length of the neck, the depth, oh, this is what I was trying to show here, yeah. So from here to here is exactly the same. So who knows, maybe we might see an upcoming episode for converting this thing into an actual Gibson, with putting maybe Gibson pickups in it, maybe real Gibson pots. The switch on this thing actually feels pretty good, better than most budget guitars. But it also has a single ply binding around the body, and binding around the head, around the neck, single ply binding around the neck. But then it ends at the headstock. And these tuners, they're sort of Kluson style tuners, Keystone, not Kluson, I meant to say Keystone styled tuners. And they actually feel pretty good. They're not, you know, they're not loose, or they're half decent. And I think I'll just leave these on here. There's no reason to change these at all. They're sealed. They feel pretty good machines. So let's get this thing on the workbench, and we'll see what these pickups are giving us. So we'll take a look at the cavities, and maybe we'll have a look inside the cavity here of the controls, see what it looks like in there. Maybe you know, this is maybe we could see some potentiometer codes on the pots. I'll try and look for some numbers, because there's no serial number on this thing at all. So I don't know what year it is. That's why I said 1900 and something. Who knows? Maybe it's a 54 Goldtop, or most likely an 80s Les Paul copy from, you know, from wherever. But once I change the strings, and polish the frets. We'll plug it in the amp and see how it sounds. And so yeah, just give me a second. I'm going to switch the camera angle here. Okay folks, so we're back with the Barracuda Goldtop. So the pickups, they're just unbranded pickups. Something interesting though, I don't know if the camera is picking this up or not, but all along here, there's no soldering. It's just like a glue, almost like actually a silicone. Maybe you could see it on this one here and all down here. It's like a silicone that just holding the covers on rather than soldering. And another interesting thing is in here in the pickup cavities, it's all hollow. Well, not all hollow, but this is the cap here. I tried I couldn't really tell what type of wood it is. I was trying to see if it's maple, because maple is a bit brighter and lighter. But it's all painted gold in here, and I don't know if you could see, but this is like a gold sparkle top rather than a flat gold like the Gibsons. Well, these just have more of a metallic appearance. But yeah, just like a sparkly gold. So anyways, yeah, inside here, here's the cap, but then there's like a hollow cavity here. So if I poke this thing through, you can see it come through all the way through. Well, maybe not, maybe on this. Anyway, but you get the point. So it's all hollow there, all hollow here. So when this thing is curved up, the arch top, it's not a full piece. So I'm not sure why this thing is so heavy. I do see two pieces here, like a pancake body. So there's actually three pieces to this. The bottom, then there's the top, then the actual the carved top here. So let's go ahead with the pickup readings. We'll do the neck pickup, see what that's putting out. So the neck pickup, we got 8.56. So that's pretty good. Better than a lot of budget guitars. So we'll go to the bridge pickup. A little bit hotter, 8.92. So yeah, that'd be interesting. We'll see how once we get this thing back together, we'll plug it into an amp and see what sort of tones this thing is putting out. So as you can see, I got this all taped off. I'm gonna take it outside to polish the frets, and then I'll bring it back in and condition the fretboard with Dunlop 65. There's just other ones you could use. I think there's one called Dr. Fret. What else is there? There's all kinds of things. You could even use baby oil, some people have used, or just pure mineral oil is the best if you have Gibson fretboards. A lot of the Gibson folk like to use just pure mineral oils. So yeah, let me put this all back together, and we'll flip it over and take a look at the control cavity in a moment. Okay folks, so we're here back with the Goldtop. I just wanted to kind of quickly show just the fretboard here now that I've conditioned it and I polished the frets. And it's looking pretty nice now. The inlay work of the sort of crown trapezoid looks like they did half decent work. But just take a look at the green. It looks good, I guess. Here is the bridge. It's sort of a lock tone. It says B2 on it. It has the wire to keep the saddles from falling out. But I think I've seen these kind on Epiphones before, the ones that say B2, if my memory serves me good. This stop bar is a little, has some weight to it, so that's good. And here, hopefully, I think this shows a little better of the sparkle top, like the what I was mentioning earlier. It's different. It's different than the actual Gibson Goldtop there. It's a little bit more flat, I guess you could say. But yeah. So I'm just gonna flip this over quickly, and then we can have a quick look at the control cavity before I put the strings on it. So it just has this small, it's all hand wired, and the small pots, but they do say A and B, they're all 500K, which is good. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. There's the back, sparkle neck. So if anything, this thing is a good conversation piece or something to display in your home. I'm not sure if I may or may not sell this in the future. Like I said, I have my real Gibson Goldtop that keeps me busy in terms of playing, but this one is definitely a nice. I like the sparkle top. So just give me a second again. Okay, folks. So I'm just gonna use the small Boss Katana Mini behind me, mic'd up with a Shure SM57. I got Audio Technica AT2020 just off to the side, and we'll start off on the neck on the clean channel. This thing needs if you guys ever heard of scratchy pots, what happens is dust starts. If you don't use the guitar in a long time, dust gets collected inside the pots and they get scratchy. So if you buy a spray can called Deoxit, that you spray it inside near the pots and everything, then you work it in, and that'll get rid of sort of the staticky, scratchy sound. I don't have a can of that, so this one is doing that right now, but I just turned the tone off a little bit just to get rid of it, but we'll go ahead with the tone demo. Here's the clean sound. Okay, we'll try some distortion, dirty channel. Okay, so that's the video, folks. Hope you enjoyed the review and demo, sound tone demo of the Goldtop Barracuda. And if you'd like to see a tone demo that has a sort of shootout between a real Gibson Les Paul Goldtop and the Barracuda, how they sound against one another, stay tuned. I suggest you like and subscribe the video, and once you subscribe, you'll be one of the first people to be notified once the video is uploaded. So stay tuned for that. I just bought myself an AB pedal so we can get some good sounding quality tone demos between guitars. Not only the Goldtops, I'm going to be doing some shootouts with the other Gibsons and Epiphones, and see how they compare to one another for our tone banks. So that's that. Yeah, so thanks again, folks. Have a good evening.